Hey guys, thanks for watching the Install Pros channel. Today we're going to be showing you how to remove the tint off this 2016 Dodge Ram. Maybe you want to go to a lighter shade of tint, maybe your tint got damaged. Either way, this will show you how to take the tint off any vehicle. If you're new to our channel, please check out the description of this video. We'll have a link to some computer cut tint kits that you could purchase if you choose to put new tint back on. Also, there'll be a link to our giveaway, so check that out.
Hi guys, today I'm going to show you 3 different methods for removing automotive window film off of a car window or roll up and down. You can use these methods on any window except the rear window with a defroster. You want to use the steam method for that. The first one I'm going to show you, which is takes the least amount of tools. You basically just need a razor blade and some soapy water, but probably the one I would least recommend is just called just a tear and scrape. So you just tear the film off and scrape the glue off. That's one way to do it, but there's 2 other methods I'm going to show you that are a little bit better. So the first thing you do is take your 1-inch box blade, razor blade, and you just go along the top of the window to get the film started. You kind of cut into it there. Okay, and you can kind of cut back the other way so you have a couple places to start peeling, okay? So, just kind of get the film started there. Okay, and what you would do is you just start ripping, start yanking the film off of the glass there, and you just take your blade and get some more of it started, and you just start peeling the film with the blade. Don't have your hand right in front of the blade, you can have it over in here, but not right in front of the direction you're going. But you would just start peeling the film. Down, and this method works. It's the most amount of work, and what happens when you just peel the film off, as you can see here, is it leaves the glue behind. Okay, and then what you want to do is you always want the glass wet when you're scraping it. Okay, so I'm only switching blades because I dropped the other one. So anyways, you just come along with the blade now, and once you were done getting all the film off, ripping it all down, you would just come back and scrape the glue off, and then you have a smooth surface. Obviously, I'm going to show you 3 methods right now, so I'm not going to rip all the film off. Okay, so you tear the film off, get the adhesive wet, and you scrape it with the blade like you saw. The next method would be the heat gun method. A lot of people try this, they ask us about it. A lot of times they don't want to go out and buy a $50, $60, $70, $80 steamer to get a piece of film off. So, but they have a heat gun, they're tinting already, they have a hair dryer, which usually isn't quite hot enough, but if you hold it there long enough, it'll work. So get you a nice heat gun, turn it on to highest temperature. What you're going to do is you're going to heat the glass up from the outside. Get it really, really, really hot. It's tempered glass, the sun gets it hot, you're not going to get it too hot. Don't do this on a windshield. Okay, different type of glass, you get it really, really hot in one area, it'll expand and contract, it'll crack usually. Side doors are usually tempered glass, but you do want to know which vehicle you're working on. Some of the higher end Europeans can be laminated different type of glass on the sides, and they can crack if you get them real hot in one area as well. 90% of your vehicles are tempered here. This method will work just fine. It's a little more work, but if you only have a heat gun, it's one way to do it. So when you heat the glass from the outside, which I'll show you in a second, the glass gets really hot and it releases the adhesive in the film, and you can start pulling it. But right now, this is, if you pull on it, it's pretty stuck on there. So I'm going to go out and heat a section, get it really hot, and then I'll pull it. It's going to take probably about a minute to get it really hot. Hold the heat gun really close to the glass. Okay, so as you can tell, that's a really slow process. You can imagine doing that to the whole window, but it works. It's actually very effective on a back window with a defroster where you can't scrape it with a blade. If you happen to have old purple bubble tint and it's flaking off, if you take 2 heat guns together, hold them together, have one person heat the window really hot from the outside while the other person pulls those pieces of film really slow, that'll work. That's pretty effective. So this was really hot. It took me a minute to get this section about right here really hot. So now you can see that's like butter. I mean, it's so soft and it's just coming right off. You see how easy that's peeling off right there? Now when it gets down to this where I didn't heat, you're gonna see it's just, I have to pull a lot harder. Like that won't come off anymore. But up here where it's hot, still, like right here, it's still warm, it literally just like falls off the glass. Okay, because that glass is hot and it's just releasing the adhesive. You can see it still left some glue. Okay, but it'll make the film come off easy and soft like butter. It'll come off in, you know, a nice piece or two instead of all these little flakes and pieces and you're scraping at it and making a mess. So you got a little glue there. Get the glass wet. Like I was saying before, you always want the glass wet when you're scraping. That glass is hot, so it's just evaporating, so I'm going to give it a little bit more water. Okay. That cooled the glass down. Now you can see it's just scraping right off. The adhesive's soft and it makes it really easy to scrape too. Because the adhesive's warm, it's soft. The film comes right off. It scrapes right off. That's just so smooth and just, you know, perfect right there. I always try to keep the door panels wiped down when I'm going if I get them wet. So don't leave run marks. Okay, so there I showed you just a tear and scrape the heat with the heat gun from the outside and peel a little easier and softer it comes off, and then you clean up the glue. I'm going to turn the steamer on and show you the steam method. Okay, the steamer I got here is just basically a clothing steamer from Walmart. Okay, fill it with water, turn it on. Just take a few seconds, it starts blowing out steam there. It's hot, don't burn yourself, be careful. I'll start steaming the film. So what you do with this method is you steam the film first. You can actually steam all of it if you want, just to kind of soften it, start warming it up, start softening the adhesive. Okay, but when you start doing it, you're just going to want to steam the area that you're working on, and you always steam the film really good first, and as you start pulling it, then you want to steam ahead of where you're going, and I'll show you that in just a second. But you need to spend 1 or 2 minutes. Sometimes it can be 30 seconds, just kind of depends on your climate, your environment, the type of film, the type of adhesive and such, but 30 seconds to a couple minutes of steaming before you start the area where you're going to start. I'm going to start in this corner. Okay, and I don't want to go up here and start working because the steamer will burn me. So set the steamer down and I'll start pulling. You want to pull slow. If you pull fast, it'll jump and leave glue, and then you just got more glue to scrape. But I'm successful now. The steamer, which is the best method, right there is leaving no glue. So far I have no glue cleanup. The steamer has released the adhesive from the glass and it's staying on the film side. So there is no glue, 0 glue in this section for cleanup. Okay? And now I get down, see, right there you can see it starts leaving glue. Okay, I probably didn't steam that much right there. It was mostly steaming here. You can see right there it's kind of leaving some glue. So at this point you just start heating it up again with the steamer ahead of where you're going. You just kind of warm it all up, and then you get right on your line here. Eventually when I get through this stuff from the other video, I'm just going to have a line that I'm pulling the film on, and you'll see that in just a second. The more time you spend steaming it, just take your time the first time. It'll take you 3 or 4 extra minutes to steam it really well as you're pulling it, versus 10 minutes of scraping glue when you're done. So just go slow. That's my advice. So warm that up. That steam's going to come out from under the film and roll up, and it kind of gets on your hand, and be real careful not to burn yourself, and be aware of where the steam's coming. So a lot of times I'll pull slow. See, that started leaving glue just a little bit right there from where I stopped before. And so when I start, I want to start by pulling really slow again. And then I'm going to get the steamer in there. If I feel the steam hitting my hand, I'll just move it out. Right now it's actually going out here and here. It's not bugging me. So I'm going to leave my hand there. Okay, I'm going to pull slow because it's trying to leave a little bit of glue. So you want to start slow. Now it's not leaving glue again. You might not be able to see that in the video, but it's not leaving much glue anymore now that it's got 30 plus seconds of the steamer on it, and I've started off slow. And I don't want to jump and start pulling fast either, because it'll jump and start leaving glue, and you might be leaving a little bit here and there, but there's going to be spots where it just leaves glue, whether you steam it or not, and that's just the way that it is, and it happens. The good news is you can scrape it off with the blade when you're done, but this makes it real easy to pull too. It makes it come off in one piece. So you're not dealing with this kind of stuff here the whole way through a window. So now the film's off, you're done with the steamer, and you're left with what glue you're left with. I don't always roll the window down right away with this glue, because sometimes the glue's sticky. It'll pull the rubber gasket down in with it. So rather than roll it down right away and start scraping or whatever, I'll take my blade and I'll get it right behind that gasket, and I'll run it there first. Stuff's pretty sticky, so if I roll it down, it sometimes will pull that gasket down in there. I've seen that happen through the years a couple times. Okay. You got to push hard when you do this. Keep a nice flat angle on your blade though. And keep the glass wet. When it gets dry, you're just running across the adhesive and it kind of smears it around and makes it miserable. And I try to shave off about half the width of the blade each time in adhesive, not a full. And it just makes it a little harder if you do. You can see that little smear right there. Just a little bit more water. Okay, now I can go ahead and roll the window down. There's no adhesive there to about where the glue was. Spray the window wet. And basically just finish scraping the glue off the window. Okay, and that's done. I'm going to take an Olfa knife. I always have a full blade so that I can bend, and just get it back in there and run it down the side like that. And that gets a little bit of glue if it was down in the back of there. Okay, same with this side. I can tell there's not much back in there right now, but there is some. So I just run that bent Olfa blade behind there. And if you see the knife, there's actually some little pieces on there and stuff. But that gets out what's behind there. If you ever remove a piece of tint and you look from the outside and you're like, oh, there's glue clear back in there, and you're having time, just take an Olfa knife like this and just run it down it a couple times like that, and then you'll get it out from behind there. Same with the bottom gasket. Sometimes I'll run that behind there a little bit too. I'm pretty good at getting the box blade behind there, but okay, and then I'm Just wipe down the door panel. Okay, and there's 3 methods on how to remove automotive window tint off your glass.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you found it helpful, please take the time to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, check out the description of this video. We'll have a link to our giveaway. We'll also have a link to all the products and tools that we used for this video. Also, we've had a number of individuals who have reached out to us in regards to getting Install Pro shirts, hats, or other swag. We decided to turn it back to you guys. If you've got ideas for shirts or hats, whether it's funny stuff, serious stuff, wording, designs, whatever, please feel free to comment below or send us an email at support@installpros.com. Also, don't forget to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and subscribe. Thanks guys. Bye.